Deciding to apply to a good foreign university can be a big step, but with this decision comes a lot of concerns and questions that drown us down. For a large majority of us, the most troubling of questions can be, where do we start from? How do we go about beginning this entire process? It is this most basic yet most important question that we will be addressing in this video. But before that, subscribe to our YouTube channel to easily access more such informative videos on Master's application process in social sciences at top universities of the world. We often think shortlisting courses is the first step in our application journey. But there are two important steps that you must take before moving on to shortlisting courses. These steps can help make the entire process of course selection much more easier and clearer to you. One of the first things to do after you make the decision to apply is to think deeply about your reasons for an application. Why do you want a master's from abroad? How does it fit into your career plan? Are you looking to gain specific skills and specialized subject knowledge that may not be available in India? Is it the general experience or the tag of being a student at a top-ranked university that you are interested in? Are you looking to pursue the degree so that it may assist you in finding certain kinds of jobs? Are you looking for a route to immigrate through your course? Or is there any other reason behind your decision? Each of us may have our own personal reasons for making an application. Being completely informed about these reasons will help us make subsequent decisions in the application process, from course selection to funding. The second step in your application journey would be to set your priorities right for course selection. These priorities again would depend upon your rationale or your reasons for application. Is it the university or its branch that you are prioritizing? For example, are you interested in the tag of being an Ivy League student? Or is the country your priority? Do you have a particular preference to the US over Europe or any other country? Or is the availability of funding your top priority? Do you aim to study in a university or a country that offers you more opportunities at funding your education? Is it the course structure, the specific skills, and the specialized knowledge that you are prioritizing? Or is it a combination of all of these? Setting these priorities rightly and clearly is extremely crucial for our next step, that of shortlisting universities. There is no one way for shortlisting courses for all of us. There are numerous ways for us to select universities and courses depending upon our reasons for application and our priorities. In this video, we'll be discussing 4 popular methods of course selection. The first method would be to prioritize universities in your shortlisting process. This works out well if your aim is to specifically study at a top-ranked university. You can use the help of rankings like QS or Times to understand the subject-wise rankings of universities. Then you should check the websites of these universities to see if they offer master's level courses. Based on these rankings, you can either decide to apply to 3 or 4 of the top universities, or you can choose a more scientific method of categorizing universities into 3 groups and applying to a couple of universities in all of these 3 groups. Based on ranking and acceptance rates, for example, you can categorize the top 10 universities into dream schools. The next 20 to 30 ranked universities can be put in the category of good schools, and universities that feature in 30 to 50 ranks can be put as safety schools. The ranks mentioned here are of course just examples. You can choose how to categorize universities based on your priorities. You can then move ahead to apply to 2 or 3 universities in each of these categories. This helps you to spread your chances and increase the probability of you getting selected to a good university abroad. But also keep in mind that rankings may not always give a complete picture of the excellence of an institution. There may be several renowned and good universities that might not feature in the top 10 or 20 popular ranks, but these universities will be able to assist you and help you in the way you want. In this case, you should run Google searches to help you find the names of top institutes that may not necessarily feature in the top 10 ranks in popular rankings like QS or Times. Finally, for shortlisting based on universities, you must also make sure to check some more details on the universities and specifically the department you are applying to. Do they have good placements? Do they produce good research? And do they have good faculty? You can use the websites of these universities, you can use student forums like subreddits, or you can ask the help of your networks to gauge more information on these aspects before making a final decision. The second method of course selection would be to shortlist, giving priority to course structure, skills, and knowledge. Read university websites to find out more about the course structure and understand if there is any element of the course, any specific module, any particular element, say data analysis, dissertations, or internships that you are interested in, any specific skills or knowledge or experience that can aid you in your plans. These universities may not always be top on ranking, but can offer you exactly what you want. Also, make sure to check the placements, faculty, and research of these universities to get more details before you make a decision. The third method of course selection would be to prioritize countries. Check which countries offer more opportunities in your particular field. See if there are certain countries that offer better job opportunities than others. If your plan is to stay back or to immigrate to a particular country, you should also check which countries have better immigration or visa rules. Finally, you can also shortlist courses based on costs and the availability of funding. Here, you might want to prioritize countries that offer low or free tuition. For example, Germany, Finland, and several European countries offer top quality education at very affordable rates. You might want to check these countries out. You should also check which countries offer you more scholarships. For example, for master's level courses between the UK and the US, UK might offer you more scholarships. There are also course-specific scholarships like the Commonwealth Shared Scholarship or the Weidenfeld-Hoffman Trust Scholarship at Oxford. These scholarships are only offered for specific courses. You can check eligible courses in the websites of these scholarships and see if you want to apply to any of these courses to maximize your chances of funding. Finally, you might also want to check the cost of living of different countries and cities. Remember that the four methods mentioned here aren't mutually exclusive. For most of us, a combination of all four considerations, universities, courses, costs, and countries matter. You can decide how you want to prioritize your process of course selection. Throughout your application process, especially for course selection, 2 steps that you must always do are to research as much as you can and to actively seek help. Use Google generously to find as much information as you can on universities, courses, scholarships, and the application process. University websites are also an extremely important space where you can find all the information that you need. Use the help of online student forums to ask questions and know more about the process. There are also plenty of resources available on YouTube. Make use of them. Make sure that you never hesitate to ask for help. None of us know everything about the process, and it is okay to reach out for help. Use LinkedIn to connect with people in your field in these universities and ask them your queries and concerns. Use alumni networks of universities to reach out for help. There are also several mentorship platforms that can personally handhold you through your application journey. In our next video, we'll be discussing more about the different avenues for you to seek help from. Keep in mind that throughout this application process, it is always best to plan ahead and start early. If you plan to apply in the upcoming application cycle that opens in September, it's best to do your course selection and research right now itself. But you're never too late, so don't feel discouraged by time either. The most important thing that you must keep in your mind while doing your research is to never reject yourself. We always have a tendency to underestimate ourselves and get anxious seeing the profiles of others. Make sure you do not fall into that trap. Build the confidence to apply to your dream universities. Results can come later. And finally, always remember that it's okay to feel lost and anxious. We've all gone through it, and we're here to help as much as we can. Be a part of our work to create more shared spaces of learning.